So this right here is a prime example of why this has turned into a multi-million-dollar t-shirt brand independently. This is why customers camp out for our t-shirts for weeks. This is why we've met over 1,000 people that have the brand's logo tattooed on themselves. This is why we are a different t-shirt brand. So this was a breakfast-themed t-shirt that we did. And to go along with the breakfast-themed t-shirt, we released it during breakfast hours. Once the clock hit noon, we would make our customers very upset. We'd say, sorry, we can't sell you that shirt. You know, you have to come during breakfast time. It's kind of like when you go get a breakfast sandwich and it's like 11:01. They're like, sorry, the toaster's off. And it's like, why don't you just put on the friggin' toaster? You could make my day really happy. And they don't do that. So we decided to do that with t-shirts. The breakfast-themed t-shirt, you can only get it during breakfast hours. Not only that, but we gave out real breakfast with every t-shirt purchase. We gave our customers a memory up here in their hearts and their stomachs. Some of them met their best friends waiting outside the store, waiting in line. It was fun. It was different. It was weird. But it got people talking, and it made them talk about the brand. Now, most of the time when they have breakfast, there's a really good chance that they might share the story about how they had this like crazy experience buying a shirt and getting breakfast, and it's a special shirt. You can only get it during breakfast hours. So we do a lot of that stuff frequently. We've collaborated with a lot of other properties. The people that own Marilyn Monroe's estate contacted us, and they wanted us to do a t-shirt to celebrate her birthday. So what we did was we replaced her beauty mark with a little teeny cupcake. It's actually kind of gross, but people liked it. We sold out, and then we did another shirt for Marilyn Monroe's anniversary. And collaborations are great. You guys can collaborate with local businesses. You can collaborate with local designers, local entrepreneurs. When people collaborate, magic things happen. And we learned that through some of our bigger collaborations. We've worked with Warner Brothers, with Looney Tunes. And the magician inside of me was peeing his pants when we were able to do these bicycle playing cards. And this has been one of our biggest collaborations. Sanrio contacted us. We did a collaboration with Sanrio with Hello Kitty. When we launched these, they posted this on their Facebook fan page, which had over 10 million fans at the time. They all went to our website crashed, they went to our stores, they camped out for the t-shirts, and this really took us by surprise. By doing a successful collaboration and with it being marketed well, we ended up doing $250,000 in 24 hours, and we ran out of shirts. We had no idea what was going on, and we were like, this is crazy. We got to do this again. We should do more collaborations. Collaborations are great. Sometimes they're like cover songs. When a band covers a song you might not know that band, but you recognize that song, and you buy the album. Most of the time, you don't like the album. You just like that one song, but sometimes you do. And when we do these collaborations and people are walking by our t-shirt shops, they may not know about the brand, but they connect with Hello Kitty, or they connect with Looney Tunes, and it helps out. So we recently did something with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They called me up. Donatello was on the phone with me, and I couldn't even hear him. He had really bad cell signal, and I was like, dude, you got to get out of the sewer. And then he got out of the sewer, and we were like, all right, let's do some shirts together. So we did. And this was great. I grew up watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And this is one of my favorites. We did a chubby version of Shredder. It's very endearing. Now, what else can we do to make this an experience that people will talk about? How can we get that word-of-mouth advertising? How can we get some free press just from doing something crazy? Well, we had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles themselves come out to my London store in Carnaby Street, and it was great. They hung out all day. We gave out pizza and cupcakes with every t-shirt purchase, and it was a blast. So my concept is strange, but strange is good. Strange is important. It gets people talking. It separates you from the rest. So when you're starting a business, a brand, a project, ask yourself, what are we really doing that's different? Why is a complete stranger going to want to talk about our service, our business? Here's Kiss. You may or may not like their music, but they're recognized around the world because they create an experience when they play shows. Mario Brothers, it's a really weird concept. You've got an Italian guy that shoots fire out of his nose that goes through sewers looking for a princess. Really weird concept, but it's the most recognized video game in the world. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, pretty strange concept. They live in the sewer. They eat pizza in the sewer with like sewage floating by while they're eating pizza. It's kind of crazy, but it sells and people love it and it's recognized around the world. Rainforest Cafe, raise your hand if you guys know about the Rainforest Cafe. Keep your hand raised if you really love the food there. All right, looks like we all had diarrhea. I'm just kidding, kind of, not really. But now we know why they call it the Rainforest Cafe. So the reason we all know about the Rainforest Cafe is because it's an experience. And although, in our opinions, we may or may not enjoy the food, we know about it because of that experience. And I'm sure they spend little to no money on traditional advertising because most of the people are talking about it. So always ask yourself when you're starting a project, a brand, whatever it is you're doing, what are 10 plus things that are going to make you unique? You know, it's important to recognize that people have so many options. Why are they going to take a risk with you? Why are they going to choose your school, your class? Why are they going to eat at your restaurant? Why are they going to buy your music, buy your clothing? Why are they going to buy your software? Why are they going to hire you for your skills? So making those lists were great. I was focusing on that stuff. Before all the success, when I was still at my parents' house, 19 years old, trying to figure out what the heck I wanted to do, I was touring with my hardcore metal band, traveling, selling t-shirts out of the suitcase. Even though they smelled like fast food and they were wrinkled and crumpled up, people were buying them left and right because they were weird, they were different. Other bands would tour around the world wearing these t-shirts and their fans would be like, what is that? What's Johnny Cupcakes? Where can we get one of those t-shirts? And the word of mouth grew like wildfire, which I shouldn't say. I actually said it at a lecture once in California, and everyone was like, so word of mouth spread like peanut butter. Not as quick, but very tasty. And all these random strangers were approaching me for these t-shirts, and I started making more money than the band, and I even helped fund the band more than our record label did at times. And at one point, I decided to put 110% into Johnny Cupcakes, and I left my band because I wanted to see what was going to happen. I was very curious. So I started doing some trade shows. I realized there's a trade show for everything. I went out to Vegas. I set up a table. I spent all the money that I had and took a risk, and it was scary because I failed the first day, the second day, but the third day of that trade show, I got my t-shirts sold in stores in Italy, Japan, Australia, Canada. This was great. I went back home. I filled these orders, and then I did the trade show again. I set my booth up like a bakery. I displayed my t-shirts on baking trays. And this was going great. But then I realized that people like what no one else has. And I decided to pull my shirts out of all the stores that were selling them. It was a crazy decision. I was getting offers from Urban Outfitters, Nordstrom's, Barney's, Macy's, Hot Topic. And I decided not to go that route because I wanted to curate a special experience for anybody that purchased a shirt. I wanted to be in control, somewhat in control of the longevity by creating these personal experiences. So I wanted to try that out, went back to the drawing board, and I realized the best thing that I took away from that trade show, and again, which is something that you get from these events, is the networking. So right now I want you to high-five a complete stranger at a different table or next to you, in front of you. High-five someone you don't know. You never know, they could be your future business partner, customer. So we often stay in our immediate social circles, our friends, people we're familiar with. Why are we going to go out and talk to these strangers? But it's so important. You could learn something from someone else, and we usually take that for granted. Really good example. Raise your hand right now if you need a designer for anything, for a website, photo shoot, business card. Raise your hand up high. I'm going to help you guys out right now. All right, now put your hands down. If you are a designer of any sort, raise your hand. If you do design, if you can help out these people, raise your hand up high. Keep your hand raised. Just keep your hand raised for 30 seconds. Now, people who need designers, look at those hands raised. I want you guys to meet each other after this, talk, exchange information. Whatever business you guys conduct, all I need is like 20% of whatever you guys make, and I will be all set. So for real though, that's a prime example of networking. If you network today, you could have enough customers to last you for the entire year if you play your cards right. And that could really boost your business and get things going. But we often don't leave our immediate social circles. So meet strangers. I like to say meet strangers unless they drive a white van. So I went back to the drawing board. What the heck am I going to do? Everyone thinks I'm crazy. I turned down all these big offers. Again, this is before those successful collaborations. I'm still at my parents' house. What am I going to do? Well, let's launch this website. Let's make it better. Let's create these experiences. So anytime someone buys a shirt from johnnycupcakes.com, something weird or unique happens that makes them want to share that experience and talk about the brand. The word of mouth kept spreading. My parents' house was covered with boxes. You had to climb over them. You were like playing Tetris with cardboard boxes just to get to the bathroom or just to get to the kitchen. And for my birthday, my dad built out the attic. And for Christmas, my dad built out the other side of the attic. Having an online shop is great. People find out about you. You can ship your stuff all over the world. When people buy things online, they usually spend a little more money. Raise your hand if you've ever purchased an extra product online because you told yourself, hey, I'm already paying for shipping. I might as well buy something extra. That's the craziest thing. In order to save money, I'm going to spend more money. But we all do it. We've noticed the average Johnny Cupcakes t-shirt order is at least 3 items on our website. And that has to do with the experience that we create, and it also has to do with just the habits that people have of purchasing products online. So if you can launch a product or a service online, it can help you tremendously. The brand kept growing. Everything was going great, and then a very terrible thing happened. I was getting upset customers emailing me. They received their t-shirt in the mail, and it had dust on it. It had dirt on it. It smelled like cigarette smoke. It had cat hair all over it. I had a girl who was allergic to cats, got a Johnny Cupcake shirt with cat hair on it. I did not even consider the importance of packaging and how it could make or break a business opportunity. So I had to figure this out, and I wish I could tell my parents to stop smoking cigarettes. That was soaking into our product. My cats love to sit on anything that's new. Somehow they know when things are new, and they sit on it. But I could not tell my cats to stop sitting on things because I don't know how to talk to cats, really. So I started paying attention to packaging. Again, this could make or break a business opportunity. When you are developing a product or a service, if there's any way you can package it, it's great. Sometimes people buy things based on the packaging. Raise your hand if you've ever saved your sneaker boxes. All right. Have you ever gone to McDonald's or any of your friends or family go to McDonald's just because they wanted the Happy Meal, the toy, the experience? They don't even care about the food. They just want that little Happy Meal. Raise your hand if you've ever saved your packaging from the Apple Store just because it opens in 13 different weird ways. You're like, this is a cool cardboard box. I don't want to throw it out. All right. And lastly, do you guys know anybody that saves the sticker on their hats that announces what size head they have? Although it's the sneaker size that matters, people love that little sticker. And it's the details, that little bit of experience, it really makes a product feel like it's more than a product. So something to consider when you guys are building your ideas out. I like to say good packaging does not get thrown away, and what it does is it sits around and it acts as a miniature billboard. So when you go visit your friend, and your friend saved their iPad packaging, it makes you be like, oh man, Mother's Day is coming up. I want to get my mom an iPad. That reminds me, we should go to the Apple Store. So it does have its benefits, although it does cost a little more time and money to create that packaging. It can help your brand grow. So I was doing that. We were figuring out ways to grow our products. We packaged these earrings in little food containers to go along with the branding. Half a dozen. We named the colors by flavors. We even put nutrition facts on the back of these packaging, even though you cannot really eat these. When you buy a Johnny Cupcakes t-shirt in our stores in Los Angeles, Boston, London, we package them in food containers. It costs a little more time and money, but it adds to that experience, and people save that packaging, and it's exciting. And then it also tricks hungry people into thinking that we really sell cupcakes. And then they go in my store, and then they get upset, or they get happy. but 100% of those people leave with an experience to share and to talk about. We've packaged t-shirts in ice cream containers that were custom made, oversized. We've sold them out of ice cream trucks in different cities, and we've given out free ice cream with each t-shirt purchase. We did it with oversized push-up pops with a t-shirt inside. We've packaged t-shirts in frosting cans that are scented like frosting. We've packaged Chinese food-themed shirts and Chinese food-themed packaging. We've given out fortune cookies with t-shirt purchases. We've packaged Halloween shirts inside of VHS tapes to go along with the fake movie titles. We even made fake movie trailers that we put on YouTube. And when we launched these t-shirts in our stores, we showed the movies that we made, the fake movie trailers, in the windows. So when you were waiting in line to buy a t-shirt, you got to watch horror movies, and we gave out free popcorn to go along with the movie theme and Halloween, and it was that experience. People were not even waiting in line for a shirt. These shirts sold for $50 to $75. We sold out, and people had a blast, and they collected these. Some people bought more than one to save, one to wear. And it wouldn't be a Halloween without Count Spatula. Burger shirts, burger boxes, you get the idea. Now, when we ship products out on johnnycupcakes.com, it's difficult. How can we curate an experience through our website? Well, we do custom tissue paper. We want everyone to feel like it's their birthday when they get a t-shirt in the mail. And that's always my main goal, to make sure everyone feels like it's their birthday. Our packaging. My mom recently told me that we could save $100,000 a year if we just use the free packaging from FedEx, UPS, USPS. But that free packaging doesn't make people feel like it's their birthday, and that is very important to me. And it's that important that I do not want to do that. I don't want to cut that corner, although it is a decision that most people would make. I'm sticking with this crazy packaging. Sometimes our customers get their mail stolen because people are walking by and they see this colorful package, or because those customers sometimes live in dangerous areas. When we ship out products, you might get a random trading card from Ninja Turtles, New Kids on the Block. Did any of you guys get one of these when you got checked in today? We usually bring them. Oh, are they? Okay, cool. So we want people to be like, what the heck is going on? So I'll put in random trading cards. I'll put in candy when you get a shirt on our website. You might get a pack of batteries. It makes no sense at all, but next time you go to Best Buy, there's a really good chance you're going to talk about the time this weird guy, Johnny Cupcakes, put batteries in your t-shirt order when you pass the battery section. And then your friends are going to be like, what's Johnny Cupcakes? And you're going to be like, oh, it's a t-shirt brand. Check it out. And I don't know. I think that's cheaper than advertising, just throwing in a couple batteries. Chocolate bar. We've had chocolate bars melt on people's orders, completely ruin their t-shirts. Customers are upset. They're never going to buy a t-shirt again. Their shirt's covered with chocolate. However, anytime they eat chocolate for the rest of their life, they're probably going to talk about my brand, and that's pretty good advertising. One day, this jerk face, Johnny Cupcakes, put chocolate in my order, and it melted all over the shirt. We've put money in people's orders, free shirts, and even dolls' heads. It's weird, but you know, when I go to bed at night, I love to check my Instagram feed to see, you know, what anyone's talking about and what prizes they got in the mail. So, like I said, every time someone supports my brand, I want them to feel like it's their birthday. We ship out shirts every day all over the world. During the past 13 years of owning my business, I've spent little to no money on traditional advertising. It's mostly been word of mouth. I've taken my advertising budget and put it into building more unique experiences with the brand, which inherently has made our customers talk about the brand and advertise for us. Sometimes I'll take a break from work and write little notes on my customers' orders. And all it takes is a few seconds, a few minutes. And these are some things that people have said. Sometimes it's the little things. How many clothing designers or owners do you know who will personally write a thank you message for their customers? This person said, I just peed myself. And lastly, this person said, I received this gem in the mail today and realized Johnny Cupcakes personally signed my package. Hey-o. This little act of kindness definitely made my day. I've fully supported the Johnny Cupcakes brand for the past 8 years and will forever continue to support such an amazing brand. Thank you so much, Johnny. That took me 2 seconds to write someone's name on their package and to thank them. It doesn't take that much to build loyalty through your customers. It's very, very important. Sometimes you might be concerned and worried about acquiring new customers, which is very important to think about and should be in the forefront of your business. But you should also recognize the customers that you have and figure out ways to make them feel special. So, we tell people, even if you buy a shirt, return it the next day. We just want people to feel like it's their birthday and get inspired from that experience. Our shirts have oven mitts sewn in the back. I don't know for how long, but they're there right now. We have some shirts where we'll hide secret messages on the inside. We won't tell people, so when they're doing laundry for the 5th time, they might find a secret message. To go along with a Batman themed shirt, there's like, a little Batman message in there. We've developed some packaging, hollowed out rolling pins that are hollowed out and they pop off. And you pull your t-shirt out from inside of the rolling pin. It's a very cool idea until you realize that you don't actually use rolling pins to make cupcakes. This is our mascot. We call him Big Kid. We dress him up in different ways every month. And to go along with the packaging, our designer did a little scale on top that you can display him on. So right now I want to talk about your business card, your website, your resume. These are all extensions of your personality. They're all extensions of your personality. If you have a crappy website, a crappy business card, or a crappy resume, people might think you might have a crappy personality. It sounds weird. People should not judge a book by its cover. But when these companies receive hundreds of resumes every day, when people go to conferences and swap business cards every day, if you're using the same font, the same material business card, if you're saying the same slogans on your cards than other people, then you may not stand out as much as you could. You want to show your personality through these things. It's very, very important. It could make or break a business opportunity. For an example, here's a wooden business card. If I was building out my house and I had to choose between 100 carpenters, and out of all of them, the person with the least experience gave me a business card that was printed on wood, I'd be very curious about their work ethic. If they spent that much time and money and energy and thought into this little business card, they'll probably put that much time, energy, thought, and creativity into building out my house. And although they may not have the most experience, that little detail goes a long way. And I'd probably hire them and try them out. Or I'd at least talk about them and put it in, the slideshow or the lectures that I do here and there. Here's a clear business card. Here's a miniature one. Here's one that's cool if you're starting a clothing line. And this business card really stands out. So it doesn't take that much to do something different. Even just the material of your business card, it says a lot. Just thinking of that little detail puts you one step ahead of the game. And if you do not have a business, you should still have a business card. It's not weird at all. If someone gave me a business card when they were trying to get a job, I'd be impressed that they're so organized that they have their own business card. And I'd say to myself, this person might work wonders if we hire them. You could get free business cards made at several different websites. All you have to do is search free business cards. And they might put their website on the back, but it's nothing that a pair of scissors cannot take away. So try it out. I was paying attention to those details. They were so important. I decided to move out of my parents' house to build out my first store. It was $700 a month for rent. I thought I was getting a great deal. And then I realized that you get what you pay for. And I'm right by a gas station and a playground. And I might have made a terrible mistake. But you know what? I'm using this as a shipping facility, an office, a warehouse, and an art gallery. And if I sell one t-shirt a month, maybe it's an added bonus. So my dad and I built out this old boat garage, turned it into the first retail store. Time went by, we built out a community. Customers began getting inspired to start their own business, to live a healthier lifestyle through the brand. And they started getting the logo tattooed on themselves as a reminder to do more of what makes you happy. Even the singer of Gym Class Heroes, Travie McCoy, got this giant Johnny Cupcakes tattoo on his leg. This guy got it on his neck. I think it's cool. His parents are probably very upset at me. And lastly, I was going to give a lecture in Denver, Colorado at a university, and out of all the people I sat next to in Logan Airport, I sat next to this random kid. He did not recognize me, but he recognized my t-shirt, and he said, "Oh, I love your Johnny Cupcake shirt. Check out this tattoo I just got." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So time went by. I realized how important location is. It could make or break your business. And I decided to open a store on Newbury Street in Boston, Massachusetts. I was going from spending $700 to spending more than $7,000 a month without knowing what the heck was going to happen. You know, I put everything I had into this. I put all of my chips on the table, and we didn't know what was going to happen, but it was exciting. It kind of lights a fire underneath you when you take that risk. And some people say that it's the risk-taking that separates true entrepreneurs from your everyday business person. The people who are not afraid of failure, the people who are ready to put themselves out there and to learn. And I just love those risks. Even if I screw up, it's this like roller coaster feeling. And it's addictive. It's scary. It's like a disease, because once you're done with a project, you have to just keep doing things or else you're not happy, and that's not good. So there's my dad and I. We built out the shop together. I was really excited. I got to spend time with my own dad, and you know, I didn't get to spend too much time with my dad growing up. So I got to hire my dad, and we built out the shop together. I was very excited. If you look close, I look a little too excited. So that's what I like to call the tent. Sometimes when us guys sit down, our pants bunch up, and we're like, oh no, like, should we hide it? Should we push it in? Should it be the tent? Should we like make our own creation? I don't know, but this is embarrassing. So ladies, us guys, we struggle every day when we sit down, and it's something we don't talk about because we're really embarrassed. But I just wanted to point this out just in case you thought something weird was going on between me and my dad. So it's just a baggy suit. I'm a really small person, and the suit did not fit me well. So anyways, we built out the shop together. The opening day, there were 400 plus customers in line that lined up forever. The line wrapped up and down Newbury Street. It looked like the opening of an Apple store. I couldn't even believe it. It wasn't even a single file line, and it was with no traditional advertising. People were talking about it. It went up until past midnight. Even kids that used to make fun of me were in line with money. If I could go back in time, I probably would have put itching powder inside of their t-shirts. And you know what? When you do start your business or your idea, when you try to follow your passion, there will be people that will put it down. There will be negative people. And unfortunately, not everybody knows that there's a thin line between, you know, making a creative comment or being a jerk face. And it's our responsibility to turn that negativity into motivation to prove those suckers wrong. So, you know, anytime someone says something negative about your ideas, just, you know, keep your mouth shut and keep your head down and just keep working and hustling and try to prove them wrong. And also surround yourself with more creative people. It's contagious. I noticed when I started hanging out with different groups of friends, it was wonderful. It made me want to, you know, work all the time. It was very exciting. So that opening day was crazy. I could have saved a lot of money if I went to IKEA and purchased inexpensive displays. I would have saved a lot of money. And although it's important to think about the bottom line, I really wanted to think about the experience, because it's those little details that separate you from everybody else. And if I'm putting my time, money, and taking a big risk in this store, I really have to make sure this is going to succeed. So I spent all my time and money by purchasing you know, giant refrigerators and ovens and displaying my shirts inside of these industrial bakery equipment. Nutrition facts. Here's, we hid vanilla-scented car fresheners in the stores so you smell frosting when you walk inside. I even convinced a friend of mine to lick different parts of the wall because I told them that we mixed vanilla frosting with the white paint. And we're just wrapping things up. I'm going to finish telling you about this shop and the next, and we'll do a couple questions. So every day we have upset people that go into my stores and say, wait a minute, you guys don't sell cupcakes. We have terrible reviews on all the food websites. But I will say on April Fool's Day, we replaced our t-shirts with real cupcakes. And we really messed with our customers. But we also had strangers that went into our stores that were buying cupcakes. We made thousands of dollars selling real food. It was cool. So I might open up a store across the street called Johnny's T-Shirts and only sell cupcakes. I just want to show you something real quick. This is a review that someone gave us on Google, and they actually left their real name, so if you want to write it down or anything, it's up to you. But here's the review. They said, "This is not a cupcake shop. Overpriced T-shirts and not even one cupcake. Only when you paid for parking and enter the store you realize you wasted your time. On the storefront, they have signs galore that say, 'Freshly baked, no sugar.'" I'm not lying, there is no sugar, it's all cotton. "Not even one sign that says they sell clothes, no cupcakes. They think it's clever? Nope." All right, buddy. I don't know what makes this guy happy, but I hope he finds happiness in his life. And I haven't sold cupcakes for 13 years. I think I'm doing pretty all right. And maybe you can come by on April Fool's Day and get a real cupcake. Here's the stores, yada, yada, yada. That opening day, it was the turning point of my brand. We made more than 3 months' rent in one day. And I realized that this is possible. We can really grow and do things. And I was able to hire my mom full-time as my CFO, and she thought she got rid of the mess, but now her house looks like this all the time. And I was able to hire my sister shortly after, and my friends and my family and my cousins, and we've been able to grow. And I wouldn't be here without them. It's important to have a team because you can't do everything yourself, or you're going to tread water and stress out. You have to learn to trust people. So it's not just me. I have a team of amazing people. And every day we're all coming up with cool ideas as a collaborative effort and making these things happen. That's a dark alley. When I was 24 years old, we made our first $1 million. We were featured on the cover of Wall Street Journal, and it made us, we didn't get a trophy, and that doesn't mean we have magic bags of money, but it, it shows that you can really do this. And we did it independently. We did it without all these resources that you guys have. If you have all these resources, if I can do this with something as weird as cupcakes and with a learning disability, you guys can come up with a way better idea. Network, utilize your resources, make things happen. I bought my first house. I turned a haunted house into a home, and I built an arcade in the basement because when I was little, I could never afford to play the arcade machines that cost 50 cents, so I bought a bunch of arcade machines in a non-Michael Jackson way. But it's not about the money, it's about being happy doing what you love, and when you find that success, you work nonstop, you work overnight, you make lists, you're mentally successful, and it affects every part of your life. It's so important. So find that thing that you're passionate about, work hard. We kept doing that. We decided to open in Los Angeles because it's t-shirt weather year-round, and that's the main thing that I sell. So we built out the store. It was a small space. We made it look big. We didn't rush. First impressions are so important. And we worked with a company that builds stuff for Disneyland to make this really feel like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. We added secret oven doors, wall of ovens. I had a photo taken of this guy because he looks like he knows what he's doing. So that's him. Don't get bummed out if you go broke. You have to spend money to make money, or you have to spend an arm and a leg to make more arms and legs. Some people think it's attractive to start a business to make a bunch of money, but it's a roller coaster and you have to be in it for the full ride. That opening day, we were scared, but it looked like a zombie movie. People were trying to get in. Customers camped out for T-shirts 4 days ahead of time. The line wrapped around Melrose Ave. At one point, the end of the line met the beginning of the line. People were trying to figure out where the heck to stand. I hired these guys to grow out their beards and to hammer me shut in a wooden box because Marc Jacobs and Ralph Lauren are not jumping out of wooden crates. So I took the liberty to do so on the grand opening. We rented out an old-fashioned truck to go along with the theme of the store, and that opening day was crazy. I looked like Jesus or Bin Laden. I had hay all over my face, and we opened up. No sugar, no carbs, no fat, all fiber, all cotton, Johnny Cupcakes. The only time I feel bad is when we trick people with diabetes. I feel really bad. They come in looking for sugar-free cupcakes, and I do not have them. I'm very sorry. The ovens open and close. They shoot steam out. And there's a secret entrance in the back that goes right to the stockroom through this oversized 12-foot oven. When you check out, there's fire and fake flames, and we have fake frosting oozing out of pipes. And the last 3 slides I'm going to talk about is London. I opened a store in London because Harry Potter was filmed there. Just kidding, kind of, not really. I wanted to open a store in London because I wanted that challenge. I know nothing about international business, but we just figured it out as a team. I wrote notes to all my future customers and my neighbors because a handwritten note says a lot than a typed message. We received over 200 resumes, and the only one that stood out was the last person that gave their resume. And this customer gave her resume, and she added a Polaroid photo of herself blowing a bubble. You could not even see her face, but it made us laugh. And it made us be like, who the heck is this girl? And it showed her personality through that little detail. She jumped to the bottom, from the bottom of 200 plus resumes to the top. She was the first person we interviewed, the first person we hired because of that little detail. I do not recommend this if you're trying to get a job at a bank or anything. But if you're in the creative industry, it couldn't hurt. There's my dad. I brought him to London for his first time. We got to spend 2 months together building out this shop. I've never seen my dad more happy in his life. The second he got off the plane, he was playing the Clash's London Calling on his iPhone, and we had a great time together. And there's my mom and I. I was going to blow up this photo for my mom for Mother's Day. It was her first time in London, so this was special too. And then I realized that there was pornography right in the background. So I had to give her a different photo. I'm going to just show you a 3-minute video, and then we're going to wrap things up, but this is the grand opening.
Are you ready for start time?
Get ready on the right, ready on the left.
Your answer? Baking. Baking good, baking often. Great flavor.
Came all the way from Sydney again.
Bristol, Wales, Manchester,
Norfolk,
Leicester, Scotland, Southampton,
the northeast of England.
Newcastle, Liverpool, Reading, Nottingham, Holland, Western Mass, Montana, Minnesota, Germany, Boston. I'm from Chicago. I flew all the way over here for this.
Johnny Cupcakes London, here we go. It's only been 2 hours and the line seems to keep growing. And yeah, it feels like a really strange dream.
Baby, 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 you don't.
Great flavor.
If you pay attention, you'll see my dad dancing. He was dancing all day because of how happy he was. So that whole day, every other person that was in line was from a different country. Oh, and this one person was very upset.
To be very honest, I just came, but I came here last night and saw like about 7 people standing there, and I was like, not much people know about him. Hopefully, it's freaking ridiculous. The line's up by Regent Street, so I'm pissed now.
So wrapping things up, luck has nothing to do with it. Stop making excuses and start making stuff. My name is Johnny Cupcakes, and I believe that real success is being happy doing what you love. Thank you so much.